What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, X? What's going on, crypto community? It is Friday, December 12th. Let's freaking go. We are back in the markets. Bitcoin crossing over 101,000. Altcoins starting to run. One of our favorites, SUI, just recently set new all-time highs. Yes, they've got a top meme coin too, Lofi, setting new all-time highs. 100 million reached last night for Lofi. Of course, a lot going on with XRP. We await Ripple's launch of their stablecoin, RLUSD. And I just put out a video on XRP. We are in the golden zone right now. If we can close above 246 here today as we head into the weekend, who knows? Maybe we get RLUSD news today. That would be pretty epic, wouldn't it? But welcome in, guys. We're going to talk about KASPA, talk about Chainlink. They're breaking out a little bit. Aerodrome Finance. KASPA kind of waiting in the wing right now, waiting for it to make its move. A lot to dive into, guys, in this live stream. Appreciate everybody rocking with us. You guys know the drill. Come on in here, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I want to hear you guys in the chat. I want everybody to be a part of this thing, and we're going to start the Crypto Breakfast Club here in just a little bit as well. We're about 7-8 minutes away from that. So very much looking forward to it. Let's take a look at the overall market here this morning, guys, and see where we are and see some of our top gainers. Aave up 31+% this morning. SUI continues to just absolutely dominate. If you hold SUI in the chat, let me know. If you hold SUI in the chat, let me know. Let me know if you hold SUI. Or SUI, however you want to say it, because this thing is going parabolic right now. SUI's going nuts. Chainlink moving. Big whale activity coming into Chainlink. I was just reading this morning, actually, as we saw whales coming in big time on Chainlink this morning. And as we rally closer to $30, take a look at this. Some on-chain data. Large-scale buyer acquired almost 5 million of Link. Average price of $28. So if you're looking for a utility play that hasn't really exploded yet, Chainlink is a good one. We've talked quite a bit about this. Obviously, SUI, man, has just been insane. SUI sets new all-time highs yesterday. Just 6 hours ago, actually, we set new all-time highs at 486. So that was in the wee hours of the morning, 3:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. $4.86. We are almost to $5 SUI. Or SUI. Is it SUI or SUI? What do you guys think? I like SUI. But anyway, I think it's actually SUI. Almost a $14 billion market cap now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we've got SUI right here, right on the heels of Polkadot, right on the heels of Toncoin as well. SUI could be in the top 15 here in no time. And I think it could make a run here at the top 10. I mean, it's pretty wide open for SUI here. If they doubled up in price, they're going to overtake Tron and be in the top 10. I think we're going to see it out of SUI. And because this blockchain is exploding, there is a top meme coin on SUI that is also exploding. Look at this chart. Lofi the Yeti. Guys, I've been talking about it since it was a $20 million market cap, crossed over 100 million. It is 5x'd since my first call a week ago. Actually, yeah, a week ago. When it dipped down here like 25 million, we were talking about it like crazy right here on December 5th. That is exactly 7 days ago. We were talking about it right here as it was consolidating. I said, guys, Lofi the Yeti on SUI reminds me of Brett. Reminds me a lot of Brett, early days. Early days. Absolutely nuts what we've seen here out of Lofi the Yeti. Their Twitter account has exploded. I remember coming in here, and when I came into the project, it had like 2,000 followers. Hardly anybody knew about it. Now almost 8K. I'm sure we're going to be joined by some people from Lofi on our space later. It's just been amazing to watch. If you're wondering how to get into Lofi, of course, none of this is financial advice. If you're wondering how to get in, you download the SUI wallet, which is really nice. I mean, I highly encourage you to get in here because there's going to be a ton of meme coins. There already are a ton of meme coins on SUI printing. Lofi the Yeti right now is my top dog. It is absolutely printing right now. And you got to be early. You got to be early to these chains, right? We got some XRP Army in the house. Good morning, Brian. How we doing? It's Thursday. Oh, it is Thursday. What the hell am I talking about? You're right. It is Thursday. That's beautiful. I mean, that means we got a whole nother day of this this live stream and breakfast club. Okay, good. Best SUI memes. Blub, Lofi, AAA, Axel, Sonic. There you go. That's a nice list. It's a nice list. Lofi, for me, though, they've got all hands on deck, man. They've got everything they need, I think, to be $1 billion meme coin. It's just my opinion. And full disclosure, guys, I am working with the team. But, I mean, since I started working with the team, we've 5x'd. 20 million to 100 million. Sweet Holder, nice. Holding Lofi and Axel, I think those are two good ones. ATX in the house. How high can SUI go? Bro, it's so hard to make these predictions, right? It's so hard to make these predictions. There's no telling, really. I mean, if we come over here and we put in SUI, we could play around with this, right? I mean, a $10 SUI puts the market cap at 29 billion. I think we can definitely get there. Keep in mind, Shiba Inu got to 50 billion. So a $15 SUI, which is still a 3x from here, that only puts us at 44 billion. I think we can get to 100 billion. You know what I mean? Like a $35 SUI. Another 7x basically from here. I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility for SUI at all. I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm just thinking of what Solana did in the last cycle, guys. Solana, from bottom to top in the previous cycle, and then obviously it got decimated in the bear market, but from bottom to top, Solana did a 100x. A 100x. If you guys were watching this channel, if you guys follow me on X, we were buying SUI at anywhere from 50 to 60 cents. Stacking it very early on. I had the inclination, so did many others. It wasn't just me. I'm not trying to say like, oh, look at me, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people saw the activity that was happening on the SUI blockchain. And now we're seeing some crazy numbers. But people saw the activity happening on SUI. It wasn't just hype. There was real substance behind it. And I think I posted it yesterday. Here you go. This was 2 days ago. Daily transactions from 2 days ago. I said, if you're not paying attention to SUI, I truly don't know why. And of course, I put top meme coin on SUI for me as Lofi. But look at the daily transactions. SUI is blowing all the top blockchains out of the water. These are blockchains that have been around. BNB, Ethereum, TON. Daily transactions on SUI are on absolute fire right now. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Pepe Unchained has looked really, really good. Link is going to blow. What do you think about the all-time high? I thought we would get to $100 on Chainlink last cycle. We never got there. But I think we can get there this cycle and beyond. Also, no one is talking about Polygon at 60 cents. Yeah, CJ, and I think Polygon will do well. But the issue is there's a lot more competition now in the L2 space, in the layer 2 space. Dogelon on Mars, I hold a bag. Can SUI end up like Terra Luna? No, it does not have an algorithmic stablecoin attached to it. The reason why Terra Luna crashed and went to zero is because everything was tied to their algorithmic stablecoin. Everything was tied to their algorithmic stablecoin. And when that collapsed, everything collapsed. New to crypto and was wondering which exchanges do you recommend? Well, to onboard yourself, you know, I would say Coinbase and crypto.com. I've got a link for crypto.com in the description if you guys are interested in checking that out. Obviously, there's great perks when you do so. They've got some really cool gift ideas too. They've got this thing called baskets. But sign up to crypto.com. If you're going to sign up, use my link down below. But David, you'll quickly learn that you're going to have to understand DeFi as well. But to get on board, you know, Robinhood is another good place, David. If you're already trading stocks on Robinhood, you get exposure to some crypto over there as well. Did Trump ring the bell yet? Probably. I guess he did, because it's 9:30, right? Boca G, my man. What's going on, brother? XRP, XRP, XRP. I don't know if Trump rang the bell yet. Let's see. Oh, we got to start the Breakfast Club. Holy shit, we're late. Trump live right now at the New York Stock Exchange. He's ringing the bell today. I'm sure my people are getting nervous, so we better start the Breakfast Club. I'm sure they're getting nervous here. So let's fire that up. Let's fire that up. I was going to say, if this thing doesn't work, sometimes these spaces don't launch out and you have to reset them. That's freaking annoying as hell, but it is working. We'll let people file in there. Yeah, Trump ringing the bell today. Guys, welcome into the live stream. Appreciate everybody rocking with us. So many things happening today. So many things. We try to cover a lot here on the channel, guys. And we're not just specific to one thing. XRP breaking out, man, the last 3 days. 2 days ago on Tuesday, things were not looking good. We fell down to 190. Everybody was worried. And then, boom, explosion with the RLUSD announcement that that had been accepted. Now we're awaiting the launch of RLUSD. Now we're awaiting the launch of RLUSD. And I think that's going to be our next big catalyst, in my opinion, that'll send us higher. But Pepe Unchained, man, almost $500 million market cap. Insane. Insane. This was a pre-sale that we talked about for months, guys. Congratulations to anybody who got in. This has been a huge, huge winner. Pepe Unchained. They raised like $70 million in their pre-sale. So that was insane to watch. They are exploding. Pepe Coin, the OG Pepe Coin, the one from 2016, almost $500 million market cap. It's popping today. That chart looks really good. That chart looks really good still. I like this play quite a bit, by the way. This is not the Pepe and the Billions. This is another one. Pepe Coin, all one word, $500 million market cap. Aerodrome is moving. Biggest DEX on base. Looks good. Looks really good. New all-time highs for Aerodrome. New all-time highs for Aerodrome. Almost 400 million. Let me bring my co-host up here. Yo, what's going on, everybody? I don't know. Was there music playing? I'm live on YouTube and X. We're live. We're back. We're going full throttle here this morning. Almost 900 people live with us already. Zach Page are in the house. Guys, I want to get into a lot of things in this episode of the Crypto Breakfast Club. I don't know. I must have slept well last night. I thought it was Friday when I came on the live stream today. So it felt like I slept throughout Thursday. I woke up and I thought it was Friday. It's only Thursday, so that's good. We'll be back tomorrow too. But XRP, obviously at a really good spot right now, guys. SUI also setting new all-time highs. Guys, SUI almost went to $5. Are you guys still fading SUI? Are you still fading SUI? I don't know. I don't know what you're. I don't know what's going on. I mean, if you faded SUI, you might want to take a look at some SUI meme coins, because Lofi crossed over $100 million market cap. Lofi's over $100 million market cap now. Well, it's sitting right now just below it, but it crossed over last night. Lofi the Yeti. We've got a bunch of SUI meme coins starting to pop now, man. This is what it's all about, being early. And guys, this isn't just hype. What's happening with SUI? Let me give you some numbers here. Daily transactions from 2 days ago. Daily transactions. SUI, 5.9 million. BNB, 4.6 million. The SUI blockchain did 5.9 million daily transactions. BNB did 4.6. Ethereum did 1.4 million. That's insane. So this isn't just like, oh, hype and it'll die out and blah, blah, blah. No, there's real substance here. This has been happening for a while. Daily transactions on SUI are exploding. Guys, it's a fraction of a penny, basically to freaking swap over there. Their SUI wallet's really solid. It's getting integrated with Phantom Wallet, which we know has been the best wallet of 2024. There's a lot of shit happening on SUI, guys. I'm telling you, take a look at it. Remember, Solana did a 100x last cycle. Solana did a 100x last cycle. And it was the new kid on the block. New layer one. So I think SUI is off to the races here too. Right now, it's ranked number 16 in all of crypto, sitting at 469. It went as high as 486 6 hours ago in the wee hours of the morning here on the East Coast. So we've got that. Chainlink waking up. Some big whale activity. Some big buys coming into Chainlink. Chainlink exploding up 18+%. Up 15% on the week. Chainlink ranked number 12, getting close to $30. Zach, you got something? Is that why you were laughing?
Oh, I was laughing. Yeah, because, we were talking about Chainlink for the longest time. I don't want to cut you off. I kind of want you to do your intro first, but my hand's stuck up here. But holy shit, Chainlink, SUI. Is that how do you say it? Do you say SUI or SUI?
Bro, I say it both ways just to please the people, because 50% of the people say SUI, 50% of the people say SUI. I think it's technically SUI, which, by the way, fun fact.
You guys are both saying it wrong, by the way.
SUI? Well, I don't know. It's Japanese. It's Japanese. It's the Japanese word for water, by the way. Fun fact.
Dude, but the elephant in the room, Zach, let's talk about it. I got in at 8 mil. It's almost at 500 mil.
Pepe Unchained.
Now, let me tell you, I went through their website. I went through all the logistics. That is how you launch a fucking layer 2. For me, I wish I threw a shitload of money into it, but, it was a gamble. I couldn't really tell. When you send money to a wallet that's, not connected to something like a pink sale, it's definitely a risk. But, oh my God, my wallet. Let's just say I got in at 8 million and they gave us that price when we got in through the stages in patience. And I was so excited. I mean, this competition now, with the layer 2s, not like we need it, but the fact that they did it correctly, I'm so freaking bullish because now we own the gas token of that layer 2. And I'm watching the blockchain, the layer 2, and watching these projects launch. In, Pepe, it was the perfect time. Pepe was pumping. The narrative was there. It was like almost perfect execution. And, it's funny. I see some sandwiching from the back end through the liquidity pool, but it doesn't even make a dent. It's crazy. Like they put liquidity in, wait for it to go up, and then they pull it out. And that's just the way they do it on the back end. But even when they're putting $300,000, $400,000, and they're waiting for it to go up 50K and then pulling it out, it doesn't even make a dent on the chart. Liquidity is great. Dude, I'm just so super bullish because I did get some people into this with me. Not financial advice, but they're extremely happy. And they're like, my God, you can call it. So we called it on the show, Zach. You talked about it.
Oh, yeah, dude. Zach, I made my first video on Pepe Unchained when they were raising $2 million. I probably made 8 or 9 videos for them over the course of, because their pre-sale was like 3 or 4 months long.
Yeah,
and that kind of made me nervous. I'm not going to lie at first, because I'm like, are they going to launch this thing? Or are they just going to raise 100 million and run away? And you never know with pre-sales, right? And I know, Zach, you know this, you never freaking know with pre-sales because the project hasn't launched. I mean, you're literally just betting on the people that they're actually going to say what they're actually going to do what they say they're going to do. There's nothing to go off of. You can't scan the contract. You can't, You can't go through the blockchain. You can't look at top 10 holders. Like there's no data, right? So that's what's troubling. But the idea alone, I was like, I'm going to take a bet on this too.
Yep.
I wish I'd have put more in, dude. I wish I'd have put more in.
Crazy. And I mean, the liquidity is a little bit lower, but I figure maybe they're saving some of that for the V3 and, you know, and some of the marketing aspect of it. But yeah. I mean, this thing is just on fire. It's been moving. Go look at the chart since it launched, dude. It like had a little bit of a pullback. Obviously, those early investors want to get there, dump it, and then they got wrecked because this thing keeps moving. I mean, I'm just shocked. This was like a pepe, like another pepe. I mean, and the fact that's a layer 2 and other projects can launch on it, and we basically own the gas token. They're already, I think they got listed to a exchange, I think this morning. So things are just moving in the right direction. It's still early. I see this thing going to $1 billion easily. And I haven't, Zach Jeter over here did not sell one token. I was busy with my kids at the dentist. I'm like watching it go up. I'm like, you know what, whatever. This is like that one that you hit that we call. You're going to miss out on maybe 90% of them. Shit's going to happen. But this is that one that is successful. And you do get those plays. You just have to take a chance. I mean, like Zach says, you're probably not going to hit all of them. Most of them will be rugs. But if you hit that one, that will replenish what you lost for all the other plays. You just got to keep your head in the game. People get wrecked all the time and they leave. No, you just got to keep going and keep grinding, and you will find that one. And Zach, we talked about it for a month long. You made videos. It's just for people to do their own research. We can't tell you to buy or not, but if a team is strong and they're building something, and they're actually in the chat saying, well, we're not launching this until our layer 2 set, like there's utility behind it. That's why this is a $1 billion coin token in my perspective. It's at 500 million worth 3 days. So think about next week.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking right now. 4 months ago, I made a video. Pepe coin holders, Pepe Unchained could be big. 4 months ago, I'm wondering. I'm going to open this video. I'm wondering what the price was. I'm going to tell you guys in a second. I'm actually curious. But yeah, you never know, right? Because again, man, these pre-sales and they're just collecting money. Oh my God, that audio was terrible. Where the hell was I in this video? I was in my kitchen. Okay. Dude, this was, I think I made one before this. So this is when they had raised 5.2 million 4 months ago.
Yeah. I think I got it.
The price was 0.008 when I made this video. Insane, man. I mean, dude, I'm happy for everybody who got in. I wish I'd have put in freaking more. Now it's at almost 6 cents. But take your damn profits if you're in, right? Like, take your damn profits. Like, this thing could go higher and all that, but at the end of the day, like, not financial advice. Take your damn profits.
Yep. Definitely get your initial plus, at this point, initial plus 50% out, and let the rest ride, and you're doing really, really well. But yeah, man, it's just nothing but a green candle.
Bro, a couple other things I want to get into. Aerodrome Finance hits new all-time highs. Aerodrome Finance, guys, I think a big sleeper, man. Big sleeper. Not a lot of people talk about this. This is the biggest DEX on base. So, I mean, I feel like everybody's bullish on base. Why the hell wouldn't you be bullish on the largest DEX? Like, this is like, it's kind of crazy to me. They're ranked number 76. I've got a position here, and I wish again, it's always the same shit, right? Wish I would have bought more. But anyway, I'm up on it big. I was getting in around like $1, a little under $1 on Aerodrome Finance. It's up to 228, $1.6 billion market cap. I think that one's flying under the radar. I mentioned Chainlink, and guys, Ethereum back up. I mentioned a little crypto called Lido DAO. Haven't I mentioned that the last couple of weeks? It's up 20+% right now, over a $2 billion market cap. Oh, yeah, SUI. You might have heard me talk about SUI here once or twice. Up 22% today on the charts. So you love that. You love to see it. Paid, what's going on, bro?
Zach, when you get fired up, that shit has me fucking crying. It's fucking funny. GM.
It's a good day. GM.
GM. Listen, Zach, every day above ground is a good day. a wise man said that who is no longer living. So, I will take that every day as long as I'm above ground and have some air in my lungs, a little food in my belly. I'm good. Hopefully everyone else is doing good. Zach, Mar was up here. He left. Mar started crying about falling out of the car. Then Larry's up here. What's going on? The real news here, guys, I don't really care about anything else. The real news is Paul Chain. That's it. $29 million market cap. You can hit 30 million, whatever. That's just the beginning. And they made their announcement yesterday. They're integrating Solana now. Now. That's it. Not financial advice. Put your money in Paul Chain and call it a fucking day. That's it. Solana onboards how many fucking, shit projects and quality projects per day. The volume on Paul Chain is going to go absolutely insane, in my humble, honest opinion. I was talking to Brian yesterday in the back channels, and I'm not going to give the date, but hopefully by next week, they're looking at Solana fully integrated. They said by end of the year. They told us that earlier, but that makes sense. By end of next week, looking at a full Solana integration. Hopefully everything's working. That's all I got, yo. I mean, Paul Chain, it's doing wonders. I know Mar got in. Mar's raising his hand, he's waving his hand around like a fucking lunatic. I'll give it to Mar or Larry, whoever wants to go next. But guys, I would not sleep on Paul Chain. I wouldn't sleep on them. What they're doing right now with integrating, as many blockchains as possible, it just and it's actually working thus far. Like, guys, everyone talks about, I want interoperability or whatever, and I want everything to go smoothly from one chain to another, to one project to another, to one company to another, and that's what they're building, and it's working. And I know they partnered with, Larry's company, Hash AI, or whatever, or MetaTrust, one of the, I don't know who they partnered with. Larry, you correct me later, but both. Both. They were both. See, you don't have to correct me. I was right the whole time. They were both. They partnered with them. They got some other partnerships. I think last night they partnered with some bare knuckle boxing. Some company there.
They're making moves, man.
What'd you say, Larry?
They're making moves. I said they're making moves.
They're dropping a lot of bullish news on us, on our head. I'll give it to Larry because I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, first, everyone, thanks for having me again, as always. I'm with Zach, though. I'm starting to run out of breath for all the stuff we did early. Now I make those comments. I just dropped them on a couple of different news outlets. I was like, wow. I'll just say, you heard this 2 weeks ago or a month ago or a week ago in detail early at Crypto Breakfast Club with Zach Humphries. And now they're starting to respond like, okay, yeah, you have receipts for that. I was like, yeah, just listen in. It's probably good for your health to come in here and check it out, And I said, it's not predicting the future, it's just being observant, right? But yeah, Paw Chain, hash 200% last night. And I hope to bring them on as maybe a topic sponsor. It is my home protocol. But I guess some good news is I'm at the airport right now. First time being able to fly after the shoulder surgery. So heading to the Emirates and then Saudi Arabia. So excited. But yeah, you better load up on some more Ethereum like I told you here weeks ago. And those mint numbers are starting to become solid. Starting to slowly creep up against almost every other asset. The Ethereum Foundation made a couple big announcements, as I told you they would, but watch for 4 more big announcements coming before the end of the new year to start Q1. You want to talk about melting your face? 20 billion USDT being minted for the Treasury is not a coincidence. I was shocked. So look for that. And Sonium. Watch out for Sonium too. Their initial token offering is going live. And another thing is look for the 2 or 3 different Japanese stablecoin offerings that just hit the market. That's shocking to me. I never thought they'd be this aggressive this fast. Besides Jasmy, there's I don't even know the name of the other ones. I might need paid translation help because he's an expert of the Yamagata language, so might have to.
Dude, I am a part of the Yamagata. Don't joke about. Yo, listen, Larry, don't joke about that shit. I'll send people to you.
I'm not.
Don't fuck around.
Hey,
All right? Don't fuck around here.
we're part of the same team, bro. How can you send someone for me? Well, I just gave you the translation services for the 3 other Japanese alt stable tokens. Man, they're hybrid tokens too. They're not just set game. So yeah, that's going to be the meta for this next incoming season.
Larry, where are they listed? Like, are they announced online already?
Bro, they have their own chains. That's the crazy part. They're launching big, man. So I see your corp down there. Just do your research. If you type in Japanese stable tokens, you're going to see all of them pop up. Besides Jasmy, Jasmy's the big one right now, but there's lots of other ones. And you want to talk about being
Larry, what is going on in the background? Like, you sound like you're in a fucking movie. You sound like you're Mission Impossible running through this.
Bro, I'm Mission Impossible here. I'm at a busy airport in Shanghai. I just landed, and I'm trying to get into an Uber without freezing my nuts off. Sorry. And yeah, but I was so excited to be on. I didn't want to be late even. I was like, hey, I told her, let's go. I gotta hurry up and get the fuck off the plane and get on Crypto Breakfast Club. And she was like, you gotta wait. I was like, I can't wait. So, yeah, and I'm out here now trying to get my Uber. But yeah, no, everyone, we're doing good, man. And solid hands, right? We're here early. There's some more shit I'll unpack when I get to a quieter place. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss my home roost away from my home. So.
Yo, Larry, one of those stable coins from Japan. I just did a quick Google search. It's called Hakuku. Hakuku Bank launches their Japanese first stable-backed coin by bank depositors. This information was dropped in April, so I wonder if there's other new ones.
Man, there's so many new ones, bro. There's lots, bro. There's a shit ton. I mean, you just got to look at all the new. A lot of those ones are going to be on. You're going to find them on different places. You're going to find them on. You're going to see some of them on. Where you see it, you'll find like 2 or 3 on Binance for sure. And I'll try to. You know what? I'll get the list. I won't be lazy. As soon as I can get to a quiet place, I'll just get the list together. There's like 6 of them, man. There's a lot of them. Man, they're pumping, bro. It's just like between South Korea and just Japan by itself, their macro economy is just pumping those tokens hard, man. So
Larry, I feel like you're not even at the horns. I feel like you just have some background fucking YouTube video playing to make it sound like you're
no, man. It sounds like I'm in downtown Manhattan right now, bro. I know, bro. It's crazy. But, I mean, that's how serious I take it. I needed to be back here, man. We had a huge space on Hash AI yesterday where we, announced that we bought $1 million worth of new infrastructure on top of a $2.5 million new facility. So that was goddamn. Okay, I'll mute my mic.
Blaming the
you know what? I was about to start a drinking game, Larry. Every time we hear a horn, take a shot. We'd all be dead.
Oh, well then I'd be laying on the ground probably because these assholes don't give a fuck, man. It even has a sign that says, "See, man, they're trying to fade me right now." Denied alpha. This shit's good. Denied alpha, man. So, but, all right, guys, I'm gonna mute. I'll get in my Uber and then I'll talk. It's just too loud out here.
Awesome, Larry. Come back when you're not beeping horns and all that great stuff. But we are 20 minutes into the space. So there's only 18 comments down there in the little comment section. Blow that thing up, retweet the space, get all your friends, family into the space. Let's go.
Get your friends' family into the space. Why not your own family?
They ask questions.
Start in your own house before you look for others.
And guys, we have over 1,000 people live with us. GM. Dude, do you understand how how that sounds? Hi guys, GM. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, fucking flip it, yo.
GM. What the fuck are we doing? We got grown men. We got grown men in Telegram chats across the world saying GM. This world is so soft. Mar, what's going on?
Wow.
Man, we need that GM token. We need that GM token.
Fucking horn, bro. I'm losing it.
I just wanted to get that in there. When you want to talk about soft, I just had to I had to put that in there when Zach said that. I couldn't help myself. Sorry, man. My finger was shaking, bro. My thumb was shaking on the.
Dude, I'm fucking crying. That's so fucking funny. Oh,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if people went around, grown men went around in real life? You know, you're at the airport, you go up to the coffee line, GM, like, I mean, would that be okay? Would that be okay? Okay, no, it wouldn't. So it shouldn't be okay on Telegram either. Go ahead, Mar.
we need to drop that token, man. We need to drop it.
That's actually really true, dude. GM token. Holy shit.
It's probably already launched, to be honest with you. But we're going to relaunch it on Polychain. There you go.
Hey, I'm walking away from my mic page, Zach.
For GM token.
I'm walking away from my mic for like 2 seconds. I got to make another cup of coffee. So.
All right. Yeah, there's tons of GM tokens.
Zach, before you leave, first of all, good morning to everyone, especially Sahi down there. Sahi actually is very happy. He actually got his Keystone hardware wallet, you know? So he's super happy that he's keeping his ship super secure. Like I told everyone, you know, get that cold storage. But anyways, shout out to him. He listened to me and he's in love with it. Zach, what do you think about the message I sent you yesterday because I actually found this through Motasco. If I'm not wrong, I think Motasco was the one that told me this, so thank you, Motasco. When it comes to coin market cap and seeing the unlocks, there's a lot of people shorting. There's a lot of shorts on Ondo due to this, and I think also something that with BlackRock. Have you heard about that or not?
I didn't until you sent me that, but you know, I mean, sometimes, you know, big time they had a big unlock. The price really didn't really drop. SUI, they've had a ton of unlocks. The prices only went up. You know, so it's not a guarantee that the price goes down. It's a factor, right? Like if everybody like gets their tokens and they slowly sell or they don't sell at all, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Right. No, the unlocks, don't get me. These guys, you know, they know what they're doing. They know how to control the price. Now, their main goal is, especially an asset like Ondo, is not to bring fear into the chart. When they were speaking about these unlocks, they were more concerned about some hate with BlackRock and being involved with them and the shorters. The people have a lot of shorts on it. Like it has a massive shorts on that if they get squeezed, I mean, this thing will go insane, you know. But yeah, that's something to look at, and it's an awesome feature that I believe Motasco told me about it on Coin. You see, you learn every day. I had no idea on Coin Market Cap. You go up there, you know, look for your project, and if you on the top, you scan to the side, you know, and you can see all the unlocks coming up. If there's no unlocks, it's because the project didn't register or doesn't have any unlocks. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm pumped up, you know, with Polychain. I tweeted, you know, something earlier, like, you know, imagine if you needed a browser for every .com, .net. Like you got to download a whole new browser just to surf .com or .net. And that's the issue with all these L1s for now. And I think that Polychain is solving this issue right now. I mean, if they had Solana, they were. I actually spoken to Brian and Pate. He was aiming for next year. He was actually aiming for next year for Solana. So I'm shocked.
Yeah.
They're going to drop Solana early. I do want to see also the text tools. That's important for the developers, you know, to go out there for the project to be seen on text tools. But other than that, man, you know, I don't have much. But have you guys heard? One thing I do want to say before I talk about this token or coin real quick. You know, sometimes when you get scammed, you lose more money from the you know the I don't want to say action, but the consequence that you took from that scam, because you can lose in that scam $10, $20, $30, and then you gain this fear, right? And then you don't jump into projects that you could have made money because of what you went through. And Zach brought me back to where, you know, I don't send money to these wallets, and I've had a few messages from friends that they got scammed. We all know about with money, man, long time ago.
and now they're afraid to send money. And this is the reason that two of them did not get into Pepe on chain. They just didn't want to send money like they did the way they did it to Moneyman. So now they feel like they got scammed twice because they got scammed on Moneyman and they freaking got not scam, of course, on Pepe on chain, but they didn't get in on Pepe on chain because of this fear. And you just got to break through that. I didn't invest on Pepe on chain, not because of that. It wasn't for me. And pre-sales, I'm kind of like trying to get away from. But yeah, that's one thing that just keeps going, and you start losing on opportunities because of the fear that you went through. And sometimes you got to break it. Look at Zach, what he says. He doesn't like sending money to on these types of pre-sales to a wallet, but he went for it. He had a good feeling about it, and it paid off. I think it's done like what 6-10x on your money. And listen, and we always want, like, I wish I would have bought more Paul chain. And I'm holding fucking Paul that's coming out of my ass. And I wish I would have bought more Paul chain. But I'll end it with this because I got to order my food and go to work. I don't know if anyone in there, especially Zach, have you guys looked into the Pudgy Penguin token that's going to be released anytime? I know that the holders of the NFTs and all that shit, they're probably going to get an airdrop or an allocation, but that's something that could fucking fly, man. I mean, to the billions easily.
I heard about that, Mar. I want to look into that too, dude. That whole brand is taking off. Pudgy Penguins and NFTs in general coming up a little bit, man. I took a look at some of the top NFT projects. I think it was last week I looked at Bored Ape Yachts and they were up like 78% on the week or something like that. So slowly but surely we're seeing NFTs even come back a little bit. But Pudgy Penguins has been on fire, man, and they're growing an entire brand around this thing now.
They're saving NFTs. There was a space about them. These guys have kept NFTs alive, and Magic Eden has done a great job too, with their NFTs and the whole fucking system. I think they're going to take over probably if they don't have better volume. Not sure yet of what's it called, the other NFT fucking place. I always forget.
OpenSea.
Yeah.
OpenSea, right, Mark?
Yeah, man, it's where fucking everybody goes to get the Ethereum, especially the Ethereum NFTs. But OpenSea, right? OpenSea, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right. But yeah, man, this is big, man. Once those people, if you're not aware, like, these Pudgy Penguins are in fucking Walmart. I mean, that was genius, bro. That was fucking genius,
100%. That's what I was kind of referencing, man. They've grown this whole fucking brand and they've went physical with it too, right? It's like, what's that word that they use now? Phygital. It's like, physical and digital and like seriously, bro. That's like a real fucking thing, right?
Are you on that?
Yeah.
Are you on that?
Let me ask you, and Zach, real quick, man. I'm fucking surprised Artrade hasn't gotten at least some sort of contract with them to sell it because they're on Solana too on their marketplace. And that fucking Artrade thing on Coin Market Cap, bro.
You see that?
Fucking
you see that I sent you? Yeah.
It doesn't move. You know that it's there.
It's stagnant.
Day, 24 hours.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, that's big. You know who just did that was Tars AI, that one I was talking about for a while. I'm still talking about. When I was calling at it like 20, 30 mil, it just crossed over 300 mil. They did that on CoinMarketCap for a whole month, bro. And obviously during that month, I mean, I'm sure it had something to do with it. That thing fucking exploded. It's just a stagnant ad on the right-hand side of CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, the one thing, and guys, I come up here and I fucking tell the truth, man. I don't fuck around. The one thing, I'm bullish on Artrade, but the one thing, and they're fixing it. They say they're going to fix it. Just fucking drop more money. I'm pretty sure you have money in there. The investors deserve it, People are not going to dump it. The liquidity is bad on Artrade, man. It's bad. Like, I'm talking about like, I mean, $10,000 or $5,000 that puts it up another penny. I mean, it's just, for a long-term hold like this, if it's a meme coin, whatever. But for a long-term hold that, that all depends on the marketplace, you got to have good liquidity to keep your holders in there, But you need good liquidity for a long-term hold. And I see fucking meme coins on Solana have double, triple. I mean, the liquidity than our trade, man.
Yeah, our trade should have at least like 5 mil in there. They only got a mil.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, and, I'm not fighting it or anything. I still think it's a great investment, but they gotta. There's no way a fucking whale is gonna come in with $100 grand and have a $30,000 price impact. Zach, they're not. They're not gonna get whales. And if you're the
I mean, unless it's you, Mar.
Yeah. This is an idiot like me. But or even get listed on an exchange, on a tier 1 exchange. They normally want that liquidity in there too, you know.
100%, bro. Yeah. And a shout out to Paw Chain real quick. One of our main sponsors just crossed over a $30 million market cap, guys. 30.5 million. Paw Chain is on absolute fire. Shout out to them, man. When did they come into the Breakfast Club? They were like, what, 10 million?
I think they were 11, but right when they got on the show for the first time, I think they hit 9, and they're at 9 for a while.
Yeah, the lowest I saw was 7.8, man. 7.8 was the lowest. Yeah,
I love it, man.
I don't think we have enough Paw Chain. I'm looking at my wallet. I'm like, I just don't think I have enough.
I didn't buy enough. I bought in at like 12 mil. I should have fucking backed up the dump truck, but I didn't.
And with Solana, Mar, with Solana coming up this week or like end of next week, maybe definitely by end of year, they're saying, I can only imagine, because Brian said, he said in the space, but he also talked to me in the back channels, he said he has 40 projects lined up trying to get on. If 40 projects come in and they all have, let's say 10,000, 100,000, whatever amount that they're putting into the pool, the pool price is going to go stupid. It's going to go so stupid. It's going to be stupid. 40 projects from Solana alone trying to come on. Oh my God, I can only imagine. This is going to hit 100 mil, maybe by end of the year.
One thing, Zach, this could be great for you also, man, because this could be a project that you could be here for many years to come. And it could be a project that you could, put in your brand as like, hey, we call this shit at 7 million and it's in the billions now. If it does, we never know. But if it does, man, this is something that, meme coins are awesome, but this is a project that's that you can feel proud to say, hey, we brought this to the Breakfast Club, And
bro, if it happens, man, it's a Breakfast Club win, man. Because that's what we're building here, bro. Like, we've got so many great people in here throwing out great alpha. Like, we're just gonna start calling them Breakfast Club wins. BCWs, Breakfast Club wins. How many have we had in 2024? We should go back and almost like make a list, bro. We should honestly make a list.
At least 40.
At least, bro. And pieces of alpha too. Larry, you've brought so much alpha to us. So many other people have brought us plays. That's what it's all about, man. Yo, I gotta make this cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I'm listening on the XT Algo account as I'm walking upstairs. I'll be right back.
Yo, while I make the coffee, what the fuck? Yo, real quick, while Larry's up, there's so many people talking. What, Larry? What?
I told Zach, can I get a latte with no soy milk? Whole milk, please. Make it a coffee.
Yo, Larry, while you're up, who drinks it with soy milk?
Larry sounds like he's inside a coffee.
I'm in the Uber now.
Larry's in the Uber. Larry's in the Uber. Larry, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin becoming a risk-off asset?
I think it's the probability is pretty high, but but here's the thing: though, if it becomes a risk-off asset, anyways, people are still going to be able to. That's a beautiful thing about Bitcoin. It's it's going to be turned into different asset classes regardless. If you want to gamble, you still can. But I totally think that's something the incoming administration is really going to try to do. So, yeah, I'm pretty bullish on that. As a matter of fact, did you ask me that in back chat already?
No, it was brought up on I think the second last CBC, so not yesterday, but the day before. And as a follow-up, what do you think of the possibility of the entire global economy being onboarded to the blockchain?
It's already happening. I mean, if XRP has their way, I mean, again, we just have to look at what they did with Swift and Union Pay. And that's really like, is this like if my eyes were open to the sun and my retinas were burning because I got too close to the sun? That's really the most telling thing, because they're the two largest payment rails. And also,
Very quick question, sorry for interruption. What do you think about the Ripple stable coin and what's going to be effect?
Man, many banks have already committed to that. They said as much with their MOUs being signed, that they're going to use Ripple as their vehicle, not just as a fishery, hedge against their own investments, but they're going to use it as a vehicle for all of the banking transactions, and remittance. More importantly than the banking is the remittance. So it's providing an all-in-one solution. But I do think that, I mean, when the New York courts make a fiscal, judgment like that, it's pretty much case law or case precedent for the rest of the U.S. Because, it is the financial capital of the U.S. and a lot of, as far as like a law or policy pertaining to adaptation and proliferation, it really is the pulse of the country. So
when you compare it with the USDT and this Ripple stable, do you think in the long term we can forget about USDT and
no? And I'll tell you, the BRICS has been using USDT again to not just as a financial vehicle, but as a vehicle for confluence and influence based on their foreign policy and the extension of their ideologies. You can see that USDT is still preferred, on-ramping and off-ramping currency, because it gives, all the buying on a one-to-one with the dollar, but without giving any kind of actual influence or extra coverage from the U.S. dollar itself. And that's why USD is coming, and they've been planning that. It's like they just sat back, got quiet, let there be a little market, instability and policy instability. And as soon as we got the right president, it was over. And, it's funny that you saw all of those court cases dissolve, and now you have, validation on RLUSD as a registered, sovereign. Basically, they got the green light to be a semi-sovereign currency, not just for the U.S., but for the rest of the world. So you're going to see adaptation from OPEC nations that are in line with U.S. policy and European Union policy. And then you're going to have USDT and all of the offshoots of USDT with China, Russia,
one more question. There is an X payment system is getting permission from all states in the United States. It's already finished. They got all the permissions to use X as a money transfer system. Do you think this X gonna be evolved to crypto transfer hub?
Well, I think they're gonna really follow suit like with what China did, because whether you know it or not, you already have a digitized version of your currency on a blockchain. What I'm talking about is like WeChat Pay and Alipay, and it's so big that because China's a homogenous society, and their population alone can support that, right? So it was the best use case. It's the best example of an MVP for the world. And so, I think that the X payment chain system is going to be an all-in-one holistic solution system, and that's what Ripple has been in XRP. Again, we have to separate the two, because Ripple is the financial technology and the TradFi, integration layer, just the on-chain asset. And if you really bifurcate it perfectly to providing a hedge against one another, and also to provide ingress and egress for diversification of the commodity class itself. So they really just sat back, chilled, took all the drama, and provided better positions for all of those banks and all of those monetary, I call them the monetary home offices of the world, And it's just funny that all of this is happening at one time. And if you look, what's really weird, if you look at like Korea and Japan, they're like 50-50.
the camp is in the USDT and into BRICS narrative, and the other is into XRP Ripple, and not just that. Like, it's funny, like, you know, you saw Hedera, they're all in all of a sudden with XRP. They wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole, you know, before when they had the ongoing legal litigations with the SEC, but after that got ground out, man, they're like, oh, we've been in bed together for a long time. Since Essence, you know.
No, it was everybody getting away from this criminal. Now everybody want to touch it and everyone want to be partner with it.
Well, you know, it's always like that. You know, fun. The weather's bad, but as soon as the weather gets clear, everyone's your best friend. It's funny that people are like that, but it's almost like it had it programmed in. The more and more I think about it, I look at XRP and I really think like a lot of this drama was really programmed in to the narrative. That's not foil hat stuff. It's just how can you get all of these MOUs from the banks, right? Even with the impending legal litigation, getting, you know, all these hurdles put in front of you. Why would the banks, and why would Swift and UnionPay, the two biggest, you know, bullies on the block, say, okay, we're going to work together because Ripple said so? That's all I needed to see. When they made that announcement, I was just like, wow, these are two mortal enemies, you know, both ideologically and both financially. Why would they, you know? So XRP must have been cooking something big. And again, you know, like I said, Brad Garlinghouse going to be tapped for more than just crypto. It's going to be tapped by the cabinet for, you know, financial policy for the U.S. as a whole. And his background and pedigree are deserving of that. The XRP it's almost like, you know, it's 100 years in the future. The way it's set up, maybe someone jumped in a time machine like that book they're talking about Trump, you know. And
have you heard about the law that when we are alone from the other chains and we are suffering like 0.23, they create a law that XRP is an intergalactic coin, not just for Earth.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I can believe that. You know why? Because how come it's taken nations almost 100 years to come to this consensus, right? And XRP did it in what? 6 years? They did something that's been impossible. So that's why I would say DeFi, decentralized finance, is centralizing the cooperation of people and nation states. And that's why, you know, past ego and past, you know, preconceived notions, people are coming together on the ultimate unification layer. We talk about PodChain as an on-chain, you know, on-chain zero, you know, layer zero unification layer. We can look at XRP as the ultimate unification layer for all financial technologies in the world. And I'm not an I don't agree with all the ideology of XRP, but you just gotta look at what they've done in less than 6 years. People have been trying to do this shit for 100 years. You know, people have went to war over this, and all of a sudden XRP comes on the scene like, okay, you guys are all going to work under our umbrella, and we're going to make sure that everyone can get along. I don't know how that's possible. That's retarded. I mean, banking is one into to try to make this happen. It's never been able to.
You are not familiar with XRP culture because that it's kind of weird to you. But if you deep dive in the community and see
I'm very familiar.
With the videos.
No, I'm very familiar. I'm just talking about for the comparisons for people that are not familiar with XRP, the lore, you know. So I mean, because of that, I'm an XRP max, but I'm also an Ethereum max, you know. And I say, and you know, you can see because of that, again, CZ and Vitalik working together. I mean, you almost consider like they're complementing each other's strategic moves to offset, you know, and provide to make sure that they're not going to be edged out of the market. And if you don't know, I mean, just look at Ethereum's market cap and all of the liquidity they're bringing in from nowhere. That's the big thing. They just took huge chunks of money.
You know what the big thing is BNB price is just meaningless. It's pumping out of nowhere, you know. It's something out of DeFi, out of the market.
No, you want me to give you some back history or some context to with BNB. People forget that Binance is the largest independent holder of Bitcoin out of any of the exchanges, and it was the only Bitcoin exchange to survive when trying to shut all of the Big Ten down, and have been quietly being an OTC instrument for this whole time. And that's as a bleed off or as a byproduct of that. I mean, they created BNB, right? And if you look at BNB as a whole, it's just an experiment in seeing if we didn't have the technology or the know-how to really fractionalize Bitcoin at the time. But now, I mean, and so they said, well, why don't we just leverage into another token called BNB? And yeah, what you're saying is coming out of nowhere is really just coming out of their huge strategic goals of Bitcoin, and it's been that way for a long time. And that's why they spent $20 million on 2,000 some compliance agents, getting fractals, getting stamps, getting all of these other different fractionalization technology. And they're the first ones that come up with a custodial and an OTC that people can use safe. Many people have tried, and they spend lots of money. Continue to have their place based on this, and they're coming back to North America, man. It's only a matter of time. People are asking for it because, I'm bullish on base too. But man, if you go through Twitter every day, and I think you can agree, and some of you people in here may already experience. If you do, sometimes you do less than $5,000, and your account's frozen, or it's on a 10-day hold, or it's just like being at a regular bank. That has to stop, and with no explanation. That's
Larry,
that's the coolest part.
Larry, real quick, this is not even anything related. I just got to ask you because I think you'll know. Consensus up in 2025 is the only consensus conference in Hong Kong in 2025. Do you know? I know there's one in Hong Kong, but is there more than one?
Yeah, they have Consensus Texas too. Consensus Colorado sometimes.
Yeah, I went to Consensus Texas last year or this year.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know if I couldn't remember if there was only one consensus and they moved that one to Hong Kong, or there's always one in America too.
It's hard to say. Some years it's just been one event, but there's been a lot of extra side events. I'll give you a good example. Like Token 2049 just used to be in only one place, but lately it's been in the Emirates and it's been in Singapore. So Consensus has followed suit, and I think there will be one in Texas again. Because let's just look at it this way. It's a very important question that you brought up. The U.S. is the center of the world for DeFi now. It's not the Emirates anymore. It's not just China. The U.S. has the buying power. And now they have a chip on their shoulder to kind of prove that, okay, we need to take some of the market dominance back. We might not be able to get it all back, but it's good. It's healthy for the world, though, as a whole. And these events are kind of like the meeting places of minds, the networking of minds. And if it happens in Texas again, I'm definitely going. I don't care how my shoulder is. I'm going. I got to get.
It was awesome. The one in Austin. In Austin, I don't know if you've ever been to Austin, Larry, but it's a great city, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
College Town, it's beautiful. I love Texas, man. I was stationed there before, and man, you can go to a gas station and get better brisket at the gas station than at most barbecue restaurants. It's fact. Miss that so bad. So, man, Zach, if they have Consensus, we missed Token 2049 because I got shut in by 2 typhoons. I was supposed to meet you at Token 2049, but they have Consensus. I'll be there and get some barbecue and some brews, man, and kick back, do some live streaming. We have, and of course we have a couple more events coming stateside.
Oh shit! I just realized, Larry. Okay, I forgot about this. I just looked it up, dude. Consensus is in Toronto this year, May 14th to the 16th. That's right. Toronto is an awesome city, man. In the summertime, I love that city in the summertime. That's right. So May 14th to the 16th, Consensus this year, guys, in Toronto. That's going to be epic. I've got to get my registration in. I got to get a press pass. I got to get.
Booth.
That would be nice too, but it's expensive paid. And I mean, I don't know if it really helps us. We could just walk around and tell people who we are. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, a lot of people, and I didn't say this, but I said this here. A lot of people will let you take their pass and you walk in, you walk out. So, like, you know, when I was at like Certic and I was at Salus and then now I'm at Metaverse, I see the homies outside. They're like, Larry, let me get that pass real quick. I give it to them and they run in because it's, you know, a sponsor pass usually. That's how you do it. My homeboy made photocopies, so it was cool. It's not that hard. Like, they're not really tripping sometimes, but Consensus is a different level event. But I was going to tell you, Zach, like ETH Toronto and Consensus Toronto, that's the thing. You'll have crypto and you'll smell loud packs everywhere because, man, that people, that culture is one-on-one in Canada, man. It's like
May's going to be wild, man. May's going to be nuts because we got Consensus in Toronto. Dude, the Bitcoin conference in Vegas this year at the Venetian at the end of May. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be wild.
May to June. And then in June, you got, of course, ETH Builder and Soul Builder in Korea. So you have the 3 events right in June, right at the tail end. So that's usually the circuit. People finish Consensus, Bitcoin, and then go to Korea for Builder Week. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. This might piss some people off though, but like I go to the Korean events and I'm Korean and I think they're pretty lame compared to like, you know, China or US events. And especially the events in the Emirates. I just think they hit different. So I'm not saying don't waste your money and go to Korea. Korea is wonderful if you don't want to go to a DeFi event. But like when I go there, I just feel like, man, some of these people feel like their shit doesn't stink the same as ours, you know. And you know, they're just, it's not as humble or like open-minded or, you know, willing to sit down and talk to people. Like someone from ETH Foundation, her name is Erica. I am tarring feathering her a little bit because, man, just not used to that. Like if someone came up and wanted to talk to Zach Humphries, they could. Zach would say, "Hey, what's up? You know, let's talk." But man, some of the people from, I'm just going on a rant. I just watched how they treated some people, and it's just I don't like that. I think that's what's not the meta for going in. I know that's not related, but I think, you know, bringing in people and being a good example and educating people is really important, and not having ego. That's the hardest thing. You know, we all can't be like paid on the horse, you know. Have all of the groupies, the crypto groupies on for making those calls.
Yeah, bro. Let's get down to Mutasco. I didn't even know Mutasco was up here. What's going on? What's happening, man? And Mutasco, I owe you a phone call back. I know you called me. I think it was yesterday, man. I got to call you back. I want to hear what you. I'm sure you got some alpha.
He's actually working right now.
There he is. There he is. He's coming.
There he is, yeah.
Dun, da, da.
We should have sound clipped that. You got to do it one more time. Dun, da, da.
I'm going to start playing the Chicago Bulls theme song every time Mutasco comes to the stage. Is he speaking? I can't hear him if he is.
Wait, he's walking down the pathway of excellence doing the
No, dude, play the Chicago Bulls theme song. And now your starting lineup for your Crypto Breakfast Club. At guard from North Carolina. Actually, I don't know, but we could do that one day. We can have fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Sick,
and now we should actually do this at the beginning of every show.
You're gonna get copyright strike.
It's oh shit, you're right. Turn it off, 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 turn it off. I forgot I'm streaming this on YouTube, damn it.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Zach?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
All right.
I'm about to say something here I shouldn't say, but I'm going to kind of be a little vague on it because I want to get, and for anybody listening, if you have any take on this, come up and let's talk about it. Because your title is why I'm saying it, actually, because it's exactly what I have decided to do. I had this chat with my wife, but the reason I'm doing that is because I have the option to do so. Okay. And I wish I had done it earlier, but I'm not worried about it. I think long term, I think, we'll see. If it blows up, that's fine. I don't care. But the title of the space is the portfolio that I'm about to construct, right, for my IRA. So it's a 401k, but I do have options, right? I have, this is like my consolidated roll-up account. It's just sitting there doing nothing, right? And so I said, you know what? I was actually going to enjoy this in the long run, but I also have done enough research to understand these asset classes. So what's the risk? But the question to the room, and for anybody who is familiar with this, because what we're yet to witness in this space is how you can flexibly, in a tax-efficient way, move your, I call it hostage capital, right? Because there's a lot of there's this term in the Bitcoin world that they use a term called stranded energy, where if you build a hydropower plant, right, there's the science behind it that, so if demand for the energy is less, it doesn't change the structure of the design. It just keeps pumping. So, and then if anybody who lives in a energy like substations of oil and gas companies, you see that flare that goes up there and there, like wasted energy. I can go on and on this, but anybody who wants to know about what stranded energy is can go look it up. But what I'm trying to say, and in the context of what I'm saying, is stranded energy is stranded capital, right? Because, and what I mean by stranded capital is a lot of people, and there's a term in Wall Street called dumb money. How about we take control of our dumb money back? And then if you're here and you're grinding and researching and knowing that Bitcoin is going to be here, at least we all know that, at least it's going to be here for a while. Ethereum is going to be here for a while, no matter what anybody says. XRP and all these, I was looking at David Schwartz, the CTO, 1988. It's like some patent that he put out that had there's just so many things. And Larry, to your point, and for anybody, I don't know if you know this, Larry, I'm a little bit scared about this. That's why I'm saying it out loud. So if anybody has any ideas or thoughts on this, I haven't made the move yet, but that's exactly what I'm about to do. And it's the I Trust Capital model, right? Larry, I don't know if you know them. I would rather have I Trust Capital on chain, okay? Because BlockFi, all this stuff. Like I've seen enough in this space where even though I see good products, I'm always very hesitant. And there's multiple reasons why I have concerns, right? It's a great product, and I think we can do a vampire attack on the stranded capital that is literally like, look at firefighters, teachers. My wife is a teacher. She taught for 11 years in public schools. And she has this, fund that is just locked. I sit on the conference calls sometimes in the past 5 years, and it's a disaster, okay? I'm not a teacher, as my wife. I sit on the conference calls. They talk about all the costs that they have to deal with to manage this money, and it's literally leaking. The money that these poor teachers are hoping will be their retirement when they finally retire. And they're being told this information. By the way, my wife is usually either cooking or doing something, and I'm trying to listen in just to educate myself. But I don't think she's actively listening. That's just my wife, right? So think about the many other teachers out there who may say, hey, you have access to this information. Learn about the problems that we have. We're trying to help you understand that your money is still safe, okay? The state is going to help, revitalize the money, do whatever. But this is the challenges that we're going through. And these people are not even actively listening. So their money is locked up. And that's why I use the term stranded capital. It's locked up in the hands of people we quote believe are experts who can manage our funds. Yet we have new asset classes emerging and nobody's even talking about them. This is insane. So, and I'm making a decision on my. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. Okay, I just have to say it out loud because I'm constructing my own portfolio. But this is capital that, yeah, if I took it, the only reason why it's hung up there is because of the tax, the penalties and the crap, right? Otherwise, I think I'm dumb enough to manage that money myself. And if it goes in flames, I take the blame, okay? But I'm also not doing that irresponsibly because I also have a pension account which is vested, but I don't even care for it, but it's there. So I think I'm in a position where I feel like, yeah, I can take a risk on this one. And that's what I'm trying to say. Larry, I don't know if you get my take, but if you're familiar with I Trust Capital and what they're doing, and my concerns.
I think it's like if you
We're losing you, Larry. But it's a crypto IRA.
You get a bucket to collect some of the water, right?
Oh, Larry, I think you're going in and out on us.
I mean, not everyone. Can you hear me now? Is this better?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a crypto IRA. It's not going to be for everyone, but I think compared to like insurance or versatile vehicle insurance, and we're going to have a space on that, Zach. Because so many people are like, let's have a space. I look at crypto IRA better than a whole life or versatile vehicle insurance policy, because that's what a lot of people are being told to invest in now, because high yield bank accounts or bonds are not performing past these what I call the greatest slow rug of all time. So if it was a crypto backed IRA, I think it's better. I'm not, I don't think it should be all eggs in one basket kind of strategy. Like I'm with Matasco on that, And Zach, I totally agree with you, but would you pick this, kind of moderated approach versus the slow rug that is whole life insurance or versatile investment vehicle insurance policies?
100%. 100%.
And I mean that and banking itself.
I love the group at I Trust Capital. I love the group at I Trust Capital. I worked with them for like 2+ years and met the founders multiple times. I love that idea. And actually, my uncle, he's got one of like their top tier accounts with I Trust. He absolutely loves them. So yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a blueprint for the future, because a lot of people are not going to be able to sit and, I hate to say it, but there's many lazy people or people just that don't have the bearing to kind of accept looking at charts every day or having to keep up with all the trends. So, and then there's just some people that don't want to be bothered with it.
Larry, real quick, before I lose this point, to your point there, I read the other day, I made a video of this on my entrepreneurship channel on YouTube. The average millennial, what do you guys think? And don't Google it. What do you guys think the average millennial needs to retire?
Oh man, I have a guess based on my own. If you asked me 2 years ago, I would say you would need $3 million to live off of the interest, basically. But now I would say, and especially if you live in a state like California, or you live in a city like London or in Singapore itself, you're going to need like $3 to $5 million.
Yo, Larry.
Actually, you cannot say that because there is an inflation. The numbers keep changing. Let's say you have to have 5 Bitcoin.
No, I gave you a sweep. I gave you a sweep. Like I said, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would say that you need 3 million. I would say now, depending on where you live, you would need 5 million. And I'm just giving you a sliding scale.
Larry, I'm curious why. So I just want to see your thoughts behind this. Sorry for the interruption. I just want to, get this while I can. You say like living off the interest. So I don't know what like tax laws are like in other countries or the States specifically. I'm in Canada. So if you were to live off of interest, you would be taxed an insane amount on that interest. Wouldn't you be better off just putting that into something like for, a newbie per se, which is a pretty solid strat?
I mean, I totally agree with you. Diversification is going to be the umbrella to give you tax shelter, right? But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all good. I was just going to say, not only that, but like if you were to put it into something, say, for example, like an index fund, you can pretty much reliably count on between an 8 and 11%, payout pretty much every year, or gain on that 3 mil, right? So that sounds like a much more reliable way to get some solid income from something like that.
Lots of strategy. I'm just giving you the base amount based on inflation and based on living costs and also what plausible taxes, right? I mean, a lot of people diversify into property that way. If you want to look at one of the, this is why I hate when people talk about that DeFi is like black, or that crypto is the land of the scam. But if you look at what and I'm not taking anything from people that do real estate. I think it's the greatest hustle in the world. Because of that, you're assured certain liberties like tax umbrella. You don't have the privacy of your transaction. Everything that you want in crypto, you just have to pay a higher entry fee to do it in real estate. So I totally agree with you, General. I think that there's a lot of different strategies, but I just think that there's a sliding scale depending on where you live on how much you need. And I think it's like between 3 to 5 million. If in the worst case you're just living off the interest, you could maintain a relatively decent quality of life. I mean, unless you lived in like Singapore or like in London or in like California and LA, or like even in Seattle. Yeah, Seattle's horrible too. Dime on the dollar for tax, city tax, property tax, all the fuel tax. I mean, just everything. And then you have combined state income and federal income tax. So depending on where you live, and I think that's why so many people move, to the Thailands or the Emirates or to the BVI or the Puerto Ricos of the world, because doing what we do, the liquidity saturation is much higher, much faster, right? So again, a lot of governments are just trying to catch up. They didn't have a real solid solution. I'll just give you an example of that. Zach shared something that I talked about, last month, right, Zach, that China announced widespread stimulus, right? I talked about that they're going to do 2 infusions. And if you look at that, you can just look at this. It's going to be an arms race. Why this is not bad is because DeFi is, people don't want to miss out. Now banks and central financial institutions are in a state of FOMO, right? So if we look at that and we compound that with what we're talking about, like what Zach was talking about, how much do we need to live? DeFi is changing that because it's hyper deflationary in nature, right? So that 3 to 5 million itself is just like a base, right? But if you add DeFi, again, I always tell you this, DeFi is the only asset that can lengthen your time. It won't buy time back, but it will lengthen the amount of time that you have. Like, for example, Zach from Subway, his strategy for longing and shorting certain assets and taking responsible profits is also just, if you look at his strategy, it's really smart. It's just a game in time, He's robbing Peter to pay Paul from one token asset to another. And what's great about it? Well, it's all cash in Zach's pocket for a rainy day or for another investment. If you look at your investing strategy like that, rather than just looking like, okay, I need to make this one 10x or 100x, then you're already living or planning ahead based on the 3 to 5 million you don't have yet, but you get a snapshot of it early. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm actually writing some literature about that now. and I love all the contributions like XRP in general, Matasco, and Zach. You really brought up the point. But now that we went through the Zach, what is the number? What is the number?
So at last check, if you're going to retire at age 60, on average, they say 3 million.
Oh, look at that!
On average, 3 million if you're going to retire at 60. I mean, that's just. I mean, think about that. I mean. That's crazy. I mean, it's hard to judge. I mean, I agree with GME, right? Because we don't, you can't really forecast that far out with inflation. But I mean, I think what it just tells me is you better start investing in blockchain and crypto.
That is Justin Sun's Dust wallet, right? Half of Justin Sun's Dust wallet. It's kind of a joke, but okay, I'm a poor guy. And I'm trying to understand, like, oh, yeah, these guys are saying, I need this to retire at 60. Right now, guys, some people are living up. Now people are expecting to live 100, okay? So that whole 60 thing is like, okay, give me your money and then wait until you can't walk. And by the way, if you're going to take it out, I'm going to slap you a little bit because there's a cost to exit. Can we just take back our control? This is the part that gets me about crypto. That like, it's so refreshing, right? And I'm sure most of you here, if you ever walked into a bank to take money and the kind of nonsense that you have to go, like you have to explain somebody. Even the teller has to go into a corner office to get some clearance to come before they clear your money, and it's your money. This is the part I get it. Like, we need to whatever, but is that fair to put everyone in the list of like El Chapo? Like, I traveled to Portugal, and from Portugal through Spain and then back into Morocco. When I entered Morocco's airport, it was okay. I slipped in, whatever, right? And we were in a group. I hold a U.S. passport. And on my way out, I almost missed my flight. And I had this military friend who kind of showed me the military spirit because he was my course mate. And he stood out there with me the whole time. And this is what happened to me. I'm about to exit from Morocco into the United States. I give my passport. The guy's sitting there looking at the passport, and I'm just waiting, okay? It's like, okay, what is it? Like, I need to go. And then he keeps waiting, and then he walks back, comes back in. All that I'm trying to say, I'm going to use a word here, and everybody will understand why I'm saying this. It was all nonsense, right? Okay, they did whatever. But that was an example of profiling. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is we're all profiled. If you're in the existing TradFi, whatever system, you're profiled. And because you're profiled, there's this assumed risk. And we're paying a price for it, right? And the system just coasts on it. It's painful, and I get it. Catch the bad guys. But come on. Can we have a system where we have 2 lanes, right?
Matasco, I totally went through that last time. When I went through SeaTac Airport in Seattle, I'm coming back home, and they're like, why are you in China? I said, I work there. Why do you work there? Because I have a job that, requires me to travel all over Asia. But why? Why don't you just stay here in the States? And I was like, why do you eat cornflakes in the morning? Because you like it, right? Because that's what you're eating for breakfast. And then the guy, I think we need to have another we need to have another round of questioning just to make sure. And I was like, do you want me to provide you with some other credentials? And I had to do that. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. But only after that, right? Only after the fact that, hey, I was in civil service for our country,
you know, you are a U.S. citizen. They welcome you like that. Imagine when I went to States and they're asking me why you are visiting. What is your purpose? It's not welcoming.
Yo, I must be king of the fucking airports, because I walk into the airport, hand my passport, they say, yo, pay that bill, you good, my dude, and I just walk onto the fucking plane. I don't know what all this is happening. And I travel.
If I was a U.S. border and customs agent, I'd have you for round 2 and round 3 of questioning pay, especially if you don't even know what I look like. If your name was paid XPO, if it was your dinosaur PFP, I definitely have to pull you in for a second round of questions.
I'm just a kitty. I'm just a small kitty roaring.
Oh yeah, or the Ethereum guys. Who's the guy with the witch hat? You know. So,
okay, you have to you have to charge GME for shilling. He just slipped into shilling, Zach, and paid. Just kidding. Larry, go ahead.
No, I totally would get like.
Just kidding. Yeah.
When you
what you just said is the funniest thing in the world.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I work for you. This custom protection payment coming for you.
Wait, what?
I'm so glad Larry said what he said, because if you haven't experienced this before, knowing you're a good person, I couldn't even get my current job if I had anything, and like I get scraped. So the fact that you still have to somehow randomly get profiled, the feeling of that is not good. You feel like a lesser person. And I think until you go through that, I just say keep your opinions to yourself, okay? And this is the confusion that we get when we're hanging out in these crypto spaces and talking about crypto and the future. And then you have some random isolated people that haven't actually looked into it, don't understand the significance of it, that tend to have such hostile views about the space, okay? And we have to segregate the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And I think the reason why I brought that point, and I'm so glad you're sharing your experience, because I can relate, but I bet you there are people who may not be able to understand. Like, you understand what it's like to, to be late, like to miss your flight, or to all of the things that you can think about, right? And just also just watching yourself and saying, what? Right? So again, sorry for the tangent, but I hope this reminds everybody how important this space is.
Well, I totally can relate to that, because that supervisor had to come out, man. And then when I showed the supervisor my ID and credentials, then he was like, "Oh, we're sorry to hold you up. It's just that, And I was like, "It's just what? I mean, you shouldn't just assume anything. You should give everyone the burden of doubt until. I'm happy you brought that up, though. It's just because everyone here was profiled as a financial miscreant, and I think that's really important that we are where we're at now. In this election was a good example of that, where we were a niche and now we're the talk of the town, per se, and everyone's trying to get in. Look at all this money. Look at all this. It's a gold rush, right? That's how I feel like. So you have everyone coming to the gold fields, but we've been in the trenches digging the gold for all the time, when even the main financial institutions, their governments, and everyone try to make it worthless, try to do every single thing to delay us or to kind of stop us from, mainstream progression. And now it's the meta or the vehicle for almost all financial technologies in the world, especially since ideology and policy, right? So, that's kind of a tangent.
To come up but you had gone after I had come up the mic. So I usually quote this lady, Kamala Harris. She's the person that this what I said is attributed to. Her name is Kamala Harris. She talks about the 2000 currency, and I've heard you reference it a couple of times. The performance currency and the other one that you were talking about earlier. But the more important thing I wanted to say is, and for anybody, please go read that, listen to her. She actually changed my view of how I navigated this space. I began to repivot how I connect with people, and kind of like have different subnets within my network, right? So and that's why I'm all over the place, because I have, I place some level of whatever in different links that I have. But the way she explained it made a lot of sense to me, not even in just social life, but it's also in your professional career, wherever you find yourself. Because the relationships that we establish here, which is that number one, is critical. But more important is the performance, right? And I heard Zach say this the other day. He said, I'm not launching a token, and he was saying all these things. And I always align with you, and not because the thing is you get the edge, but what you also have to appreciate is that when you give value, you don't have to worry about money, right? Eventually the value would turn into money. And I think when she said, just find a way to give value and give it for free, right? And genuinely, if you truly care, just give it out. And I mean this, right? And then let the universe determine how it evolves, right? So I always align with what you say on that. But Larry, and I don't know if you heard me say it the first time I said it in your space, I had referenced her as the one that preached this, right? And we're in a state today where there's usually always, like, historically, three brackets, right? You have labor, you have technology, and you have capital. Now, the labor side was very sticky. So that's why you see this globalization thing, like, we're to offshore stuff to China, because, if you look at the wage arbitrage between America and China. And so it's always that. So a company that has a lot of money, they have to figure out ways to move money around to, bring back profit, that kind of nonsense. And then, but that company is able to get capital if they have access, right? So they can get access to a bank, they get money, right? And they can grow. And if they have the technology and the expertise, the patents, the whatever, they get to leverage all that. Microsoft, everybody is a labor all the time. And today, the labor side, because of this blockchain infrastructure, is now changing. Literally. And I call it the metaverse, right? People are all over the world, right? Look at currencies. If you buy Bitcoin here and I buy Bitcoin in China, same thing. So the three things that I'm just... What was that?
I said, you sound like you're turning into a robot right now. Are you moving or something? What's going on?
Yeah, you are.
Really? Oh, yeah, my connection, sorry.
Replug back into the matrix, plug the little cable in the back of your head, and reconnect, because you were sounding like a computer.
Hey, real quick, let me cut in here. So Dennis Porter is about to go live. 7.2K have already said they're going. He's got live breaking news, huge strategic Bitcoin reserve announcement. Their space is about to start here soon. I probably shouldn't say that because everybody's going to leave and go to that one. But I really want to listen into that. I'm going to be listening in on my other phone on XT Algo's account, because that could be a reason why Bitcoin's pumping 102K right now on Bitcoin. And then other thing real quick. So I'm curious to hear what comes out of that. Other thing, real quick, I made a post. I think a lot of people could benefit from this. I put my top crypto conferences, at least the ones that I think I'm heading toward this year. I just posted it. I put it up in the nest. So you guys can check that out too.
Yo, Amsterdam, Vegas. Let's go.
I think I'm going to go to Rare Evo this year, Paid.
You should.
I've not been to that one yet.
I'll see you there. We'll hang out. We'll play ping pong at the little lounge area they have for the VIPs. We'll go over there. I'm actually really excited, guys. I'm excited for the Amsterdam one. And I know Marius too. Look at this. Speak of the devil. He fucking comes on the stage every fucking time. But Mar knows this. We'll talk about so. But Paul Chain is going to be at the Amsterdam. They're actually a big sponsor of the Amsterdam one. I was talking to Brian yesterday about it.
I'm not too thrilled with that, to tell you the truth. I'm not too happy with that. They couldn't pick another place, man. They had to pick.
You hear this? It's the flood of Mar. Paul's about to send down.
It's like Club 11 on steroids in Amsterdam. Forget it, dude. Like, I'm not even getting near that place. I just can't. I will end up losing it all there. It's bad enough. Imagine Amsterdam. No way.
Amsterdam, as one of the, not going to dox myself, but as one of the leading techno video people in the world, I would say Amsterdam is one of the best places for techno music and partying and drug consumption throughout EDM and techno. So Amsterdam, yeah, I agree with you, Mar. 100%.
Hey, but something we haven't talked about, Paul. Did you see the announcement yesterday from that from BKFC that not UFC but that burn?
Yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. Yeah, they're partnered up with them, doing some giveaways and shit.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I just got a message, man. It's been months. I just got a message from Bitcode. Love for Bitcode and Larry and Motasco to get into a conversation. He's not easy, but he's really good, man. Especially at tech. And, he's an OG Bitcoin miner.
Love that. Yeah, that list looks pretty solid, Zach. I would just say that's a lot of traveling, man. Make sure you're taking vitamins and shit,
Hey, Zach, real talk though, and Paid and Zach too. If this next cycle, if you guys want to come to Hong Kong or go to East Shanghai, I got a place for you guys to stay. So 100% Pascal or Mar too.
Larry, I appreciate.
Yeah, I already told you that, Zach. Larry, you got an office there.
Hey, have any of you guys heard the Arena from X?
Yeah.
What is that? He's asking me to join that. What is that?
So real quick, guys. Dennis Porter, I'm listening on the other end here. Supposedly, Texas is getting ready to file for Bitcoin strategic reserve. So a lot of states are trying to front run what's going to happen on the government level, right? So they're trying to front run before Trump gets in. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I think it sounds like Texas is close here. I'll keep listening, but
Texas,
yeah, keep it going.
Texas, Utah, Wyoming, Georgia, Florida, Oregon, maybe, Delaware. And you heard Pennsylvania already. It's 25 states that have already.
The other thing, Larry, we haven't addressed a ton about, but a bunch of states looking to put integrate Bitcoin into their pension funds. I mean, it's just
already happening.
Already happening
from the
Michigan
banks.
already did it, I think.
And Delaware too to follow suit. But a lot of the banks that are hedged against the state retirement fund systems have already, again, they're already hedged on Bitcoin already. A lot of them. So it doesn't surprise me at all. But 25 states, though, I think that's another reason why the Bitcoin funding is. We have nearly 50% consensus of the whole nation behind it. So it's good news, And I see Moo down there. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but someone that I know fairly well said Moo should come up and speak. He has his hands up. Do you mind, Zach?
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Moo.
Are you there?
Moo, go ahead.
Oh, well, my bad. I'm driving. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good.
Man, I just had to, I always kind of switch the topic for 1 second about meme coins. So, anyways, again, I'm gonna bring up this one meme coin I'm actually really interested in. I can see it becoming like the next Brett, in my opinion. I said it 2 days ago. I was gonna say it yesterday, but then I had an exam I had to go to. Anyways, so I loaded up 50 Sol. It's on Solana's blockchain. It's called BIO. I'm sure many of you guys have heard of it. Anyways, I did load up 50 Sol worth at $58 million market cap, and then as soon as it tanked down to 25 million, I loaded up another 50 Sol. So I have a total of 100 Sol in the project. I kind of aped big into the project because I do believe in it. I mean, they just got a Wintermute partnership. They got a DWF Labs partnership. So there's two market makers, two of the biggest names in crypto. So I'm actually kind of curious to see where it goes. I mean, the team does own a lot of supply. Everyone's scared of that. Well, I mean, the team has already came out and said that supply is to pay for partnerships, pay for promotions, all that, and basically supply control from people just like basically the community rugging itself. So I'm curious to think, what do you guys think of it? I know I brought it up 2 days ago. What do you guys think of it today? I mean, yesterday we saw it go up 80%.
It sounds like you described a responsible bundle. It sounds like a bundle launch with that much supply.
It sounds like I'm going to be your extra liquidity if I get into it. I put $10 in and it's gone.
What project is this? What project is
it's BIAO.
Oh, no, I mean I would advertise carefully about the two market makers. How long has it been since launch?
It's been about 2.5 weeks since launch.
Oh,
and they already have a Wintermute. I mean, the team definitely knows what they're doing. I'm gonna be honest. No startup crypto, whatever. No startup currency right away gets a Wintermute partnership.
And Mustachio blaming me for shilling.
No.
Yo, Mustafa.
What'd you say, Paid?
What's the ticker again? I'm sorry.
BIAO. So it is pretty bundled. I'm gonna be honest. 57%. Yes. The Chinese one, yes, exactly.
Yeah. I know that the team has been around for a long time, and that's how they've jumped into right into Wintermute. And
that's exactly what I'm saying. The team definitely has to know what they're doing. If they just jump in straight to Wintermute and DWF.
There was a BIAO on Ethereum that looked really good for a while. I don't know if it's the same team, but this is the one on Solana he's talking about. I made a video review actually at 27 mil on their dip. Yeah, what I want to know is
same team.
It's the same team, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is it actually the same team? How do you know it's the same team?
Larry would know.
Because we're do you even know what I'm doing right now?
Larry would know.
I'm in China.
Oh, really, Larry?
I'm in China right now. Yeah, I'm in China right now. So I just say I know. I'm not going to explain how I know, but Wintermute and we've already had this on Crypto Breakfast Club, and I agree with most of it. I think there are some responsible bundles. It's definitely a bundle launch. You can tell by the centralization of the supply. That's not bad. A lot of good projects. The top memes that we have right now, most of them were responsible bundles that were.
I mean, Brett, Pepe, all of them were bundled.
Sure. Yeah.
The one on ETH, one on ETH shot up. I mean, crazy numbers. Went all the way to 5 cents. It's basically like flatline now. It's under 2 million. I honestly didn't know if it was the same team. That's why I was curious. I mean, so
no, I didn't know either. That's actually good that I figured that out. I'm actually very interested now.
It's just
I know it's not.
And there's it's just like the original Pepe team too. You see a lot of the same callers. Like there's I'm not going to say their names. I know them. But they're the same group of people.
Larry, how many souls did you put in this?
I didn't put any soul into this.
No. I can't see the individual that's speaking right now.
Moo.
I put in roughly 100 Sol in it.
100? What?
100 sold. 100 sold.
He got fuck you money, Mar. That's what he just told you, bro.
No. Mark's increasing that wallet.
24 grand is dude. When I thought about 100 sold, I thought about 240K, not 24K.
No. So look. I initially got in at 58 million market cap, like I said, right? And then it dropped 50%. I was like, you know what? It's only right if I put in another 50 sold. So I put in another 50 sold.
And you're looking good today, I'm sure. Right?
I'm looking pretty decent. I'm still about like 17%, 18% loss from my initial like first buy. Well, I mean, it's coming back pretty nice, man. I really do believe in the project, especially with like China supposedly going to unban crypto. Yo, Larry, I'm actually curious, since you do live in China, what do you think of China's stance on crypto right now?
I already made that announcement here.
Oh, you did?
I made it a month ago. That's what I'm talking. I do policy. That's what I do, and I'm considered by my peers to be an expert on stables and foreign policy integration of DeFi assets or different digital asset classes. But
hey, Larry, remember to put a disclaimer. It looks like Moo is like, oh shit. I don't want Moo to like ape into anything based on policy, okay?
Oh no, man, I'm aping for the love of the meme, bro. I mean, Biao, like, come on, it's basically the China Pepe.
Just kidding. I know the project you're talking about. I know a lot about it, so but I'll just shut up. I just this is my dry joke, by the way, because I'm hearing you say, oh. And I'm like, okay.
I just want to say something, man, because I mean, you must be a millionaire.
I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Okay, yeah, because I invested low five figures, on a blockchain called Podchain. I'm pretty sure you heard of here that they got some crazy. Yeah. They have some crazy tech, and I'm nervous, because the only. And
you have to keep in mind, Mark, you probably have responsibility. I'm only 18 years old doing this, so I don't really have responsibilities or bills.
Good, man.
Just be careful, man.
Yeah, I know.
Just be careful, because I'm trying to put a point, like the only thing that I'm not nervous about is like shit like XRP, fucking Ethereum, Bitcoin, shit like that. Even Podchain, it's hard, man. So just be careful, like.
Mark.
Be careful DCAing more, bro. I just don't want him to get wrecked.
I'm gonna take a wild guess, Moo. I think right now you drive either a GTI R or a
I drive a Jeep Wrangler and a Nissan.
A Nissan what?
Which one though?
Nissan. I drive a Nissan. It's like a little small SUV. It's the Nissan Kicks, and I drive a Jeep Wrangler, a 2019.
So
I
ride a bicycle. Since we're not telling what to do, I ride a bicycle.
Hey, Moo, since you were open to how much you invested and you talked to yourself, like, what's your net worth, man? What's your net worth?
I'm not. Come on, man. All right.
Oh no! Come on! No, I want to see.
Hey, I didn't dox myself. All I said was I put 100 soul in there.
Yeah, you thought. Come on. Like what's like?
Are you gonna buy DT3 RS?
I was just talking to my friend about that like 2 days ago. Literally.
I know. Man,
literally 2 days ago we were talking about that.
Before.
Go ahead. You cut out, bro.
So in a profiler.
Say it again. You cut out.
I said before I got into this profession, I was an analyst and a profiler, and that's why I asked you the questions I did, because I know you're going to get a GT3 RS that you probably were into a 2019 or newer vehicle, and that you're probably liquid right below $100,000.
What the fuck? Yo, what is wrong with you, bro? Who the fuck are you?
You listen. What you think one of the things that you got the 100 soul? You in the wrong room.
No, hey, look, bro. I just have to say, man, I'm confident in it. Regardless if it's the same team or not, a Wintermute partnership in the first 2 weeks.
I didn't say it's bad. I didn't say it's bad. I just said that it's the same team, and that they were able to jump on these market makers quickly because of their network.
Yeah, I mean,
observations on you.
Can I make it?
Bro, why you drop your 100 sol on Solana? Why you don't drop like 3K XRP on my project?
Oh my god.
No, Mustafa, it's my turn now.
Go ahead, GME. Sorry.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
you see, GME just shield the game.
No,
Hey.
Matato, before, I just want to ask Moo, was I right about my assumptions about you? I think I was pretty right. Probably pretty spot on.
I mean, I do really want a GT3 RS. I do want a GT3 RS. I hope it comes in the next. I mean, in this bull run, I'm sure I'll make a good amount of money. Well, I don't know.
You're about 100K. I could tell.
Yeah, Larry. My question to Moo is: do you know about the Yamahachi hoop? All right.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, so all right. He's like that deep Larry. Yeah, he doesn't know about the Yamahachi hoop with us, so we're good.
Is Larry the Yamahachi guy?
No.
Oh.
No, Yamaha, no. See, he don't even know. He asked about Larry. You have misdirection. I should just lied.
Yeah, well, no, I just had to show that, man. I just had to show that. I love that coin so far. I love what the team is doing, and I think we can see some crazy shit.
You should, if you really want alpha and you want to have like good structured play strategy, you really should come here. I think it's good that you're here because
I usually do come to the crypto breakfast club. I usually do.
But listen.
Well, you have to keep in mind I'm still 18, so I am in college.
Well, Moo, listen, real quick. The reason I asked you what's your net worth, which I know was a very inappropriate question, is because, like, for instance, when I invested on Podchain, it was less than 1% of my net worth. Like, that's why I said, are you a millionaire? That you probably went 2%.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Like, this individual's right. You should have put 20 grand on IVAX or 5 grand on IVAX, 5 grand on XRP. Don't go for the fucking Hail Mary, man, because you're going to end up,
I mean, I had a little bit of XRP. I mean, I accumulated at 40 cents before the election.
He's diversified. Mark, because I asked him, I think he's sub 100,000. I think he's right around 100K, and he said yes. He already knew.
Yeah, so
I assumed that.
So he put 25% of his net worth on this coin. It's look.
More. Like I said, bro, I'm only 18. I'm gonna keep taking risks, man. You never know what the fuck. Like if this goes to $500 million, if this goes to a $500 million market cap, I'm looking at a lot of money.
Yeah, but Moo, this is the thing. This is not a risk. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A risk. Taking a big risk is like 2-3%. 25% is suicidal, bro. You get what
No, I understand what you're saying,
I'm
bro.
not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick.
I understand. Well, bro, the thing is, you have to remember, man, I don't know money's worth right now. I really don't. You ask anyone I know personally, I don't know money's worth since I'm only 18 doing this. Well, the thing is, I don't know, man. I'm taking a risk. Hopefully it goes to a $500 million. If it goes to a $500 million market cap, it'll be crazy.
Hey guys, do you see Larry Z? Larry Z has his hand up. Larry 2.0.
Hold on one second. Lou, just a piece of advice, honestly, and this is to anybody in the room.
Yeah.
You should talk about how much you put in holding wise on live spaces like this. Especially you're surrounded by people you don't know who knows who. It's just not worth the risk. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, I didn't really look at it.
Let me tell you something, Pete. If they come looking for me, the risk is on their ass because I'm going to introduce them to my little friend.
You would follow the fucking car.
And he's cute. And he really is cute.
They would come to you and you would be on the ground.
Mars like, I dare you. I dare you.
I don't think that'll happen, man. I really don't.
Listen, it's just a precaution, brother. Listen, all I'm going to say is, there's people in this industry, not in this industry, but not in this room specifically, but in this, I guess you could say, culture, that look for people who have a lot of money and try to find ways to exploit them, get in touch with them, do stuff.
I don't really answer my DM.
Do you have cold storage, right?
I do. Yeah, I do have a ledger.
All right. Good.
I actually just got another ledger yesterday. I bought one for Cyber Monday.
Also, just remember, since we're talking about this is very important. Larry, Zach from Subway paid. You see, if anybody, and I know you know this, right? But this is for anybody that doesn't know. You just said I don't respond to my DMs, but this is what happens sometimes. People say, yeah, I don't respond to my DMs, but then they get a DM from God knows Michael Saylor, and they're like, "Oh, is this real?" I mean,
I click on the link and then get basically fucking.
Yeah. So just be careful. Even if you see anybody's face here in your DMs, I don't ever DM people unless like I know that you and I have some communication. So just delete, block, and go. You're gonna be fine, right? Because the only way is giving your keys to somebody. They'll find your house. And I think just be careful out there. And it's not important to say what you have, what you put into stuff. It's just a good thing to do for yourself. And, just be safe out there. That's all I can say. Larry Z, sorry. We just kind of started peeing on you the whole time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wait a minute.
Matasco. Oh, no, let's finish the old conversation, please.
All right, I'm gonna go grab food, guys. I'm gonna drop down.
I'll wait. It's cool. And I wanted to make the point that the narrative that boomers are not looking to be involved in this asset category, I believe is a false narrative that's being perpetuated by traditional finance in order to get people to stick. My proof of that is you have the President of the United States, certainly a boomer or earlier actually, waving a flag today on the category. So when you have boomers waving the flag, it's BS that we're laggards. And I bring it up because the biggest pump besides institutional that's going to come into this category is going to be boomers. And we just need some basic service on some level. And I think with basic service and courtesy, there is going to be a DeFi revolution amongst boomers that makes a lot of real estate people and other traditional asset categories scared as shit.
Larry Z,
I don't want to share.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but from one Larry to another Larry, do you know that it took 10 years for the 5% adaptation, and in the last 6 months we've had 2% more? And it's interesting that you bring that up because boomers make up 40% of that 2% they got added in 6 months. It took 5 years. So what you're saying is very true. If you look at the demographics and the statistics, 40% of that is established liquidity. I don't call it boomers. I call it established liquidity. And it will be it's the backbone of the retail right now. 40% of that 2% of adaptation is consistent to the age demographic that you're describing. So spot on. And it's because they have choice, right? And a basic modicum of service. But more than that, you have a financial and you have data sovereignty. Because like many of us have alluded to, like yourself included, when you go to the bank, it's like you're getting the third degree. You don't even have your constitutional rights on your money or your information when you go into a bank. So spot on. I just want to say that was a very good point, Larry, from another Larry.
We Larry stick together. Thank you, everyone.
That's it.
I also want to make a comment quickly here. Quick comment, guys. And this is back to Larry, not Larry Z, but Larry Z, you can comment if you want. Historically, when Congress and the Senate achieves bipartisanship, they usually align on something, and when they do, it's usually a middle finger to the little guy. So what I mean by that is when you have Binance and Jeremy aligning, creating some kind of alliance, it's a little bit of like saying, okay, what's in this for me and why? That's all. I'm going to leave it at that, because we all, I mean, if you've been in the space for a while, you know the relationship between these, you know, I mean, yeah. So I'm just going to leave it there. But for Larry, I think this was from an earlier comment you had made, and I just wanted to bring that back. I tend to pay attention to some of these alliances, right? I posted a chart yesterday and I said, you know, the addressable market for stablecoin is still like a baby. If you factor in what's yet to come. And if we end up with a competition within a competition, what I think might end up happening is there will be a group that takes over the securitization of, you know, if you look at every publicly traded company and the 10Ks, at the top line, you're seeing all the cash and cash equivalents. And usually these cash equivalents are tied to the US bonds. And whether long or short duration bonds, whatever that mix is, you think about the people that are within these groups now. As everybody knows, right, Circle and Coinbase joint venture back in 2018, and how BlackRock ended up gaining the primary asset manager role for USDC's reserves. I can go deeper on this, but I just wanted to bring this back to a comment you made earlier. And it just gets fishy for me when I see, it's just a reminder of what I said about, you know, when you have Republicans and Democrats agreeing, go back and look at all the bills that are agreed on, that they like unanimously, hey, let's move on. It's like what usually happens, right? And I'll leave that wisdom there.
Matasco, someone's getting paid and not in the good way. I totally agree with you. That's why I call it a perfect compromise and not a perfect solution, because there's no such thing. It's about who's getting paid in the end, and if they're bipartisan, they're together, that means they're getting greased well. So, you know, again, it's about compromise. I don't think anyone here has ever said that there's a perfect solution, but, you know, at least we have some momentum moving forward into something that's not going to be redundant. You know, our current financial vehicles that we have for banking and for remittance, et cetera, are antiquated, and the data, of course, is not really going to serve the purposes for both transients and also for the amount of people, you know, that are. So, yeah, I totally agree with you, Matasco. It's just a conference.
And the thing with these states coming back into Bitcoin is funny to me, because for anybody who doesn't know this history, I think it was the first ever attempt to disrupt the Federal Reserve. If you go back in time and you look at the story behind the narrow bank, it was the TNB. You read a little bit about it, and for anybody listening, just go read about it, right? And then think about, you know, what Custodia Bank had to go through and still struggling. That lady is like a hero. We have heroes and we have sheroes, but she's like, she can't stop fighting. And I think one of the things that I want to remind people for what we think about when we think about these states coming into the strategic reserve stuff is that go read about the narrow bank model, right? Because it was designed to challenge traditional, banking models, and it was shut down, right? I went in that rabbit hole and I was like, man, but the fact that Bitcoin may become a collateral asset a pristine collateral asset. And if that model works, you think that's going to be the only collateral asset? No. So I think all of what we're witnessing right now, if you're still bearish about the industry, I always say, well, then if you're feeling that way, then you haven't done anything yet. You still need to learn. And that's all I can say. Just do more research and you'll get there. Because we all get there at different lines and different times. So
hey, real quick, guys. I've got to go, but Zach Pate, if you guys want to keep it going, you can. I got to go. I got to jump on a meeting. It's up to Pate, Zach. What do you guys want to do here?
Yeah, I got to jump too, but I got breaking news. Pepe and Chain hit 500 million cap, baby. Let's go.
500 million for Pepe.
500 in. I think it was up more. Hold on. I was like trying to get in at 510. 110 million in 2 days. Hold my freaking coffee.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at the chart now. Unbelievable. 510 mil right now. 45 million in volume.
I hear rumors of a Binance listing.
Yep, I can totally see it. I can totally see it.
There you go. There's your million X everyone's looking for.
Love it. Love it. That's why you come into the Breakfast Club, man.
Right.
Not financial advice, right? So real quick before you guys hop off, another great space today. Guys, if you haven't checked out yesterday's space, peeping that recording. Nova Chain was a sponsor. Check it out. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah. Yesterday's space did well, too. We had a lot of traffic. Hell yeah, guys. Hey, we're going to close down shop today then. We'll be back tomorrow to close out the week. Another amazing show, guys. Much, much appreciated. Thank you, guys. That's all I can say. I said it today in my first YouTube video, man. It's every once in a while I kind of stop in my tracks and just realize how lucky we all are and super grateful just to be able to do this full time and do this damn thing. So it's been amazing, man. I can't wait for it to continue. Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
Zach, are you going to be able to come to my overclock space tomorrow? You got time?
What time is that?
It's 11. I think it's like 10:30 or 10 o'clock your time. Are you CST or EST right now?
I'm EST. Is that 10 p.m. EST?
No, it would be 10 a.m. your time, 11 a.m. my time. Or no, yeah, it's 11. It's 10 a.m. your time, 11.
I'll be on our space.
PM my time.
I'll be on our space.
On Saturday? I mean, on Saturday?
Oh, 2 days from now, Saturday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
he said yesterday. He meant, I was going to say, bro, it's on Saturday.
I might be able to make it, man. I'm flying down to Florida with some people. We're just heading there for the weekend, so I'm looking to maybe kick back on the beach a little bit. But maybe if I'm sitting on the beach, maybe throw it on, throw my AirPods in, and say what's up.
Oh my God. That's cool. Guy. Paid will be there. Paid. Come on, Paid.
All right, guys.
Maybe.
I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna shut it down. I gotta jump, but thank you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.